Have you ever wondered what really makes a relationship last? Or what can turn a good relationship into an unbreakable connection? Maybe you're doing a few things without realizing it that are preventing you from achieving true balance with your partner. And perhaps you're overlooking the simplest and most powerful secret to strengthen that bond. In today's video, I'm going to reveal something that few people talk about when it comes to truly strengthening a relationship. This tip could change everything. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover will surprise you. Communication is like the foundation of a building. Without it, everything can come crashing down. When we talk about daily communication, it's not just about discussing basic things like, "What's for dinner?" or "How was your day?" It's much deeper than that. It's about creating a space where you can be honest with each other, sharing feelings, fears, dreams, and even the small frustrations. For example, how about setting aside 10 or 15 minutes a day for a conversation where the focus is solely on what you're feeling or thinking? It could be at night before bed or during breakfast. And during that conversation, it's important to listen without interrupting, without judging, and truly trying to understand what the other person is saying. Additionally, words of validation are key. Simple things like, "I understand what you mean," or "I'm glad you shared that with me," show that you're really paying attention. Oh, and one important detail: avoid dealing with serious issues just by text message. When something more delicate comes up, prioritize a face-to-face conversation, or at least a phone call. The idea here is to make communication a two-way street. Speaking and listening, always with empathy and respect. This way, you create an environment where both of you feel comfortable opening up and, as a result, strengthen the connection in the relationship. Gratitude is like emotional fuel for relationships. When you thank your partner for the little things they do, you're showing that you appreciate what they're doing, and that creates a positive cycle in the relationship. It doesn't need to be something elaborate. Often, a simple "thank you for helping me with this," or "I really appreciate you doing this for us," makes all the difference. Think of it this way. How many times have you noticed something your partner did but stayed silent? Maybe they did the dishes without you asking, or remembered a detail that was important to you. Now imagine how they would feel hearing something like, "I noticed what you did, and I'm really grateful for that." It may seem small, but it shows that you value their presence and effort. And gratitude doesn't just have to be verbal. You can also show it through gestures like an unexpected hug, a sweet note, or even preparing something special for them, like their favorite dish, just to say "I care." Expressing gratitude also helps in tough times. Sometimes, amidst conflicts, we forget all the good things our partner has done. But when you practice gratitude regularly, it becomes easier to remember those positive moments and balance the emotions during a disagreement. It's a simple yet powerful habit. When the other person feels their efforts are recognized, they're more motivated to keep investing in the relationship. And that creates an even stronger bond between you two. Affection is the silent language of love, and often, it speaks louder than words. When you show affection in everyday life, you're reinforcing your partner's emotional security, showing them they're important to you. The best part is that affection doesn't have to be something grand. It's the small and consistent gestures that make the difference. Think about how a tight hug can transform someone's day. A good morning kiss, a gentle touch on the shoulder while you talk, or even holding hands during a walk are simple ways to show affection. These moments create a deeper physical and emotional connection. Now, it's important to remember that each person has their preferred way of receiving affection. While some love hugs and kisses, others feel more loved with words of affirmation or small acts of service, like making them a cup of coffee. So, pay attention to what makes your partner feel loved and cherish that. And don't underestimate the power of daily contact. Even if your routine is busy, take a moment to look into their eyes, smile, or say something like, "I love being by your side." These gestures create an atmosphere of love and comfort. Showing affection is also a reminder that, even during tough times, love is still there. It's a way of saying, "No matter what happens, I'm here with you." Healthy relationships are like a partnership. You're not competing, but cheering each other on so you both achieve your dreams and goals. Supporting your partner's plans is one of the most beautiful ways to show love because it shows that you believe in them and their potential. For example, if your partner is working on a project or chasing a dream, like starting a business, studying something new, or even changing careers, what can you do to support them? Sometimes that support can be practical, like helping with ideas, organizing time so they can focus on it, or simply being there to listen when they need to vent. But support is also emotional. Many people feel insecure when chasing big goals, and words of encouragement can make all the difference. Phrases like, "I believe in you," or "I know you can do it," give strength during moments of doubt. It's also important to show genuine interest in what the other person is doing. Asking how things are going, offering help, or celebrating small achievements are ways of saying, "Your dreams are important to me too." On the other hand, avoid falling into the trap of criticizing or minimizing your partner's goals, even if they seem difficult or out of the ordinary. Instead, focus on being their biggest cheerleader. After all, when one person grows, the entire relationship gets stronger. And remember, supporting each other's goals doesn't mean abandoning your own. It's about finding a balance where both of you feel you have space to grow individually and, at the same time, as a couple. Spending time together is like nurturing a plant. The more care you give, the more it blossoms. In a relationship, sharing moments, even the simplest ones, creates memories that strengthen the emotional bond. It doesn't need to be something elaborate or expensive. The idea is to truly be present and enjoy each other's company. For example, how about cooking a meal together? It could be a recipe you both love or something new to try. Cooking isn't just a practical activity. It's an opportunity to laugh, talk, and even work as a team. And the best part, you get to enjoy what you made together. Another idea is to go for walks. Even a stroll around the block can be transformative when you take the time to talk without distractions. It's during these moments that those lighter conversations come up, but they help you understand how the other person is feeling. The key is to appreciate the small things. Watching a movie at home, playing something fun, or even reorganizing a space together. Simple activities, when done with care and intention, show that your time together is valuable. And of course, it's nice to mix this with special moments too, like going out for dinner or taking a trip. But remember, it's not about the grandeur of what you do, but about the connection you create while being together. These moments strengthen the bond and act as a break from the daily hustle. They say, "Despite everything happening out there, I choose to spend my time with you." No relationship is perfect, and conflicts are part of living together. The secret is not to avoid disagreements, but to know how to resolve them in a healthy way, without letting resentments build up. Resolving conflicts quickly doesn't mean rushing the conversation, but rather not allowing small issues to become big barriers. Imagine something bothering you. Instead of keeping it to yourself or waiting to bring it up next time this happens, try addressing the issue calmly and respectfully as soon as possible. For example, instead of starting with accusations, use phrases like, "I felt sad, frustrated, hurt when specific situation happened. Can we talk about it?" This prevents the other person from feeling attacked and opens up space for a constructive conversation. Another important point is to avoid the infamous silent treatment. Ignoring or avoiding the conversation only creates emotional distance between you. Remember, prolonged silence doesn't solve the problem, it just postpones it. It's also crucial to listen to what your partner has to say, even if you disagree. Sometimes, understanding the other person's point of view is enough to ease the tension. If necessary, take breaks in the conversation to process your feelings, but always commit to coming back to the topic and reaching an understanding. Finally, learn to apologize and forgive. Saying, "I'm sorry," sincerely can defuse even the toughest discussions. And forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but choosing not to carry the weight of resentment. Resolving conflicts quickly creates an environment where both partners feel safe to express their emotions, knowing that, even in disagreements, love and respect remain intact. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, it's impossible to build a long-lasting and happy relationship. Maintaining mutual respect means valuing each other as individuals, considering each other's feelings, opinions, and decisions, even when they differ from your own. For example, during a conversation or argument, it's essential to avoid words that hurt or belittle the other person. Phrases like, "You always do this wrong," or "That's ridiculous," can cause wounds that are hard to heal. Instead, try to express your views with empathy, using words like, "I see it differently," or "Can we talk about this?" Additionally, respecting your partner's emotional space and choices is vital. Maybe they have a different way of handling situations, or prefer to solve problems in a more introspective way. Showing patience and understanding during these times is a form of respect. Small gestures also matter a lot. Saying please and thank you, not interrupting when the other is speaking, and recognizing your partner's accomplishments, big or small, are practical ways to maintain respect in your daily interactions. And of course, respecting each other doesn't mean always agreeing, but finding ways to communicate without anyone feeling diminished or undervalued. Remember, you're a team, not opponents. Maintaining mutual respect creates a safe and welcoming environment where both of you can be authentic and feel valued. It's the cornerstone that supports love, even in tough times. Amidst the daily rush, it's easy to fall into routine and forget to dedicate exclusive time to your partner. But quality time is like recharging the relationship's energy. It's not about the number of hours you spend together, but about how truly connected you are during those moments. Prioritizing quality time means turning off distractions like phones or TV and focusing on each other. For example, how about setting aside a moment just for the two of you, without interruptions? It could be a peaceful conversation after dinner, a walk together, or even a special evening, like a date night at home with candles and a favorite dish. Even simple activities, like having coffee together in the morning, can be turned into moments of deep connection. The key is to be truly present, giving your full attention to what the other person is saying or feeling. Moreover, this time doesn't always have to be serious or planned. Laughing together, joking around, or sharing something you both love, like watching a show or playing a game, also counts as quality time. If the day is tight, you can still be creative. For example, a quick call just to say I'm thinking about you, or planning something small for the weekend. The important thing is that these moments show your partner that, even with a busy life, they are still a priority to you. When you reserve this exclusive time, you reinforce the emotional connection and create memories that strengthen the relationship. It's like saying, in the middle of everything, you are the most important part of my day. Sometimes, it's the small surprises that warm a partner's heart the most. Simple gestures, thoughtfully done, have the power to keep the spark alive in the relationship and create special moments in the middle of the routine. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to show you care. Surprises can be small, but full of meaning. For example, imagine leaving a sweet note in your partner's bag saying something like, I'm thinking about you, or I can't wait to see you later. Or maybe preparing their favorite dish after a tough day, or even offering something you know they want, without them asking. These gestures show you are attentive to their needs and desires, and that makes all the difference. Another simple idea is to plan a small surprise, like an impromptu afternoon outing or organizing a relaxed moment, like watching a movie your partner loves, but didn't expect you to enjoy so much. This creates a sense of freshness and spontaneity in the relationship. Surprising doesn't have to be grand or expensive. Sometimes it's that morning coffee or a kind gesture in the middle of the day that has the greatest impact. The secret is being thoughtful and showing that, even in the everyday, you make an effort to keep the relationship special. These small moments of surprise nourish love and create a continuous feeling of care, where both partners feel that the other is constantly investing in the relationship's well-being. It's a way to keep the romance alive without needing special occasions. For a relationship to work well, it's essential that both partners are emotionally healthy. This means taking care of yourself, mentally and emotionally, so that you can give the best of yourself to the other. If you're overwhelmed, stressed, or off balance emotionally, it can directly affect the dynamics of the relationship. Taking care of your individual emotional health starts with self-awareness. Understanding your needs, limitations, and emotional triggers that may affect your well-being. For example, you might recognize if you need more alone time, or if something in your routine is causing you anxiety. Recognizing these points helps prevent frustrations from building up and spilling over into the relationship. Additionally, it's important to have moments of self-care. This could include practicing a hobby you enjoy, meditating, exercising, or even seeking therapy to address emotional issues. Taking care of your mental and emotional health also means knowing when to seek help or vent to your partner in a healthy way, without overloading them with problems that need to be addressed individually. When both partners take care of their emotional health, they bring more balance and harmony to the relationship. This also makes empathy easier, as each person understands their own emotions and those of the other better, which helps handle challenges more constructively. In a healthy relationship, both are responsible for their own well-being, and by doing so, they offer more love and security to one another. It's a reminder that an emotionally healthy partner has more to give to the relationship and, at the same time, can support the other with more clarity and patience. Honesty is one of the cornerstones of any strong relationship. When you're honest with your partner, you build a foundation of trust that makes both of you feel secure and valued. This means being transparent not just about big issues, but also about the little things in everyday life. Honesty creates a space where both of you can express yourselves freely, without fear of judgment or lies. For example, if something your partner did made you uncomfortable, or if there's something in the relationship that isn't working, it's better to talk about it openly and respectfully rather than keeping it to yourself and letting frustration build up. Honesty, even when it brings difficulties, strengthens the relationship because it prevents misunderstandings and creates a space to solve problems constructively. Of course, honesty should be paired with empathy. Telling the truth is crucial, but it's also important to consider the right timing and the way you communicate it. When expressing your concerns or feelings, try to do it in a way that's not aggressive but constructive, with the intention of improving the relationship. Remember, small lies, even so-called white lies, can erode trust over time. So always be transparent, even if it requires more vulnerability on your part. When both partners practice honesty, the relationship strengthens because trust is renewed and the emotional bond deepens. Honesty also means being true to your own feelings. It's not just about being sincere with the other person, but also with yourself. When you're honest about what you really want or need, it helps align expectations and avoids frustration. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in the other person's shoes, to understand and feel what they are going through. In a relationship, it's essential for creating a supportive environment where both people feel heard, understood, and valued. When you show empathy, you demonstrate that you not only care about what your partner is saying, but also about what they are feeling. For example, if your partner is having a tough day at work, instead of just offering advice or trying to solve the problem immediately, you could start by saying, "I understand how difficult this must be for you." This simple acknowledgement can help ease the emotional load and show that you're there not only to fix things but to support them emotionally. Empathy also means knowing when your partner needs space or companionship. Sometimes they just need to vent or be heard, not necessarily to find a solution. Showing empathy means listening without interrupting, without judging, but just being present for the other person. But empathy isn't just about listening. It's also about noticing when something is off, even if your partner doesn't say it directly. If you notice they seem distant or visibly worried, maybe a simple "Are you okay? Want to talk about what's going on?" can open the door to a meaningful conversation. Moreover, showing empathy also involves expressing emotional support. This can be through a loving touch, a hug, or comforting words. When both of you practice empathy, the relationship becomes safer and more comfortable because you both know you can count on each other to handle emotions and challenges that arise. Empathy is the key to deep connection. It not only improves communication but strengthens the emotional bond, making the relationship more compassionate and resilient. Routine doesn't have to be monotonous or boring. It can be a powerful tool to strengthen the connection in a relationship. Creating routines together means finding specific moments that help reinforce the emotional bond and provide space to share experiences, even in the most everyday activities. These routines can become traditions that make the relationship stronger and more special. For example, a weekly dinner cooked together, a walk every morning, or even a ritual before bed, like talking about the day or watching an episode of a series you both enjoy. These routines create an intimate, secure space where both of you know you'll have time dedicated to one another, without hurry or distractions. Another simple but effective practice is creating a moment of connection when you wake up, like a hug, a conversation about the plans for the day, or even sharing a coffee. These small gestures of affection and attention first thing in the morning can set the tone for the day and strengthen the bond. Additionally, routines provide a sense of stability in the relationship, where both of you know you can count on that time together, no matter what's happening outside. By creating these traditions, you also create memories that mark the relationship and bring a sense of continuity and growth. And most importantly, routines should be flexible and adaptable to the changes in life. There may be days when the routine isn't possible due to commitments or unforeseen events, and that's okay. The important thing is that, when possible, these moments together are dedicated genuinely, with full attention and affection. These little traditions also help cultivate romance, closeness, and partnership, keeping the relationship lively and strong, even as time goes by. So, what do you think of this tip? I hope it opened your eyes to something that can really make a difference in your relationship. Now, I want to know from you, which of these tips are you going to apply first? Leave your comment below. I'd love to hear your opinion. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do it now so you don't miss any new content on how to strengthen your relationship even more. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button on the video. It really helps the channel grow and bring you more valuable tips. See you in the next video. Until then.